Hello, everybody. It's John Ross with the John Ross Show for July 6th, 2026. And we're going to be talking about I'm not a communist. We'll be talking about that. It's all 83 degrees outside. Summer has hit big time. And we're going to discuss that topic. We're going to get into the definitions here. We got to get into that. And where did this come from? Well, Donald had his, I would call, partisan speech, 4th of July, late Saturday night. I think it was about a 40-minute speech, my understanding. I was listening to it. One thing is, he said, we're fighting communism in our country. I go, communism? He's thrown that word, the last few weeks. It seems like his opposition now is communists. And those who want to do something for our country, want to have better health care, universal health care, that's communism, I guess. Tax the rich, oh, that's communism, okay. Affordable housing, which he hasn't signed, oh, that's communism. Just to increase our minimum wage, oh, that's communism, I forgot. Keep Social Security, oh, that's communism. We want to, yes, we want justice for our immigrants, oh, that's communism. I think Donald doesn't know the definition of communism, so I am going to give you that definition right now. This is basically an Google AI definition. And communism is a person, or a communist is a person who supports communism. Well, that makes sense. Well, let's get this a little larger here. It's an ideology, political and economic ideology that aims to eliminate private property and social classes in favor of collective ownership. The ultimate goal of a communist is to establish a society where the wealth is distributed based on individual need and the state and the money are no longer necessary. Now, Russia and China, are they still communist? I don't know. I think they would claim somewhat of it, but I know China would some. A foundation of the communist ideology was laid out in the 19th century by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels in the Communist Manifesto, as emerged as a critique of capitalism, arguing that a society major means of production such as factories and mines and farms should be owned and controlled by the public than by private individuals. I don't think that's what's out there. I don't know where he got that definition of communism. Well, maybe he was talking about social democrats, democratic socialists. Now that's a different story. And democratic socialism is a political philosophy that seeks to use democratic institutions. Could that be like Congress and legislators? Yeah. To quality and expand public services such as health care, housing, education, and worker protections. Supporters generally believe major sections of the economy should be more heavily regulated, or in some cases publicly owned, but they also support multi-party elections, civil liberties, and constitutional democracy. This little excerpt I got from Newsweek. The ideology has gained visibility in recent years through the politicians such as New York Representative Alexander Ocasio-Cortez, called AOC, my son, and New York Mayor Zoran Mandani, as well as a growing network of candidates backed by the Democratic Socialists of America. The movement has often focused on proposals including universal health care, stronger labor protections, tuition-free public college, and expanding the safety net. It sounds interesting. That sounds very interesting. I don't know what to say, but that sounds like a lot of people want that. Is that what Trump's trying to make as communist? I think he is. He's trying to flip here on this definitions because people aren't too up on these things. And he wants to create those who want national health care with communists. I think my objectives on these matters comes from, I believe, a Christian perspective on helping others. That's what we should be thinking about, how we can help others. And that's what I'm trying to show here. And as I said, I'm not a communist. So that's the bugaboo that he wants to wrap around the election and other things. So just remember that. It's not true. It's a false statement. You can be against the policies, but they're not communist. They might be Democratic Socialists or Democrats, and maybe there's a few Republicans that would buy some of those things. I don't know. I would hope so. But that's what that is. Now, today, I want to bring up something happened on the World Cup scene, just briefly. I would call it Donald Trump and FIFA. Don't know why Donald got into this. There was an individual, or one of our star soccer players, who got a red card. And that means you're eliminated from that game and in the next game. A red card is the most severe penalty that can be imposed because it puts your team down one man, too, during that period of that game. You lose that player. So it was an unjust red card, I think, but I think the U.S. team was appealing that. But then we found out Donald Trump got involved by talking with the FIFA president. Doesn't sound the way it should be done. And that's got a lot of controversy. A lot of Europeans are upset, especially the Belgium team that plays the U.S. tonight. So that player is going to be back on the field. And I gotta get the guy's name. I saw him play. I gotta get his name correct. But you soccer fans know who I'm talking about. Well, anyway, he got red carded and he's back. So that's a big deal that one of their star players is back. I think it's Bogun. His background is he's Nigerian mother who gave birth in the United States when she was not a citizen. So he's a birthright citizen by birth, birthright citizen. It's funny that Trump really is big on this, but he's a real good player. I wish Trump had not have stepped in, and I think he wants to brag about it a little too. He had a little statement today. He did acknowledge that he did talk to the FIFA president and said they should review it. Well, I guess they've only done this. The last time I think it was 1966, a player had a red card and they reversed it in the tournament. It doesn't happen. That's how it doesn't happen often at all. So that's what happened there. So that's about that. Now we're going to discuss something that's on all of our minds too quite a bit. It's our gas prices. And we're going to just bring that up briefly here. I'm going to go down to my gas area, my queue here. We have some, I got new pricing here in the last hour. So this is somewhat current gas prices. I'm going to bring them in. We've had a little droppage for the last weeks here. It just depends on a lot of factors, and we'll see about the Iran, U.S., Israel war, what happens there in the Gulf of, or the Strait of Hormuz and that. So right now, Cook County has a little over $4 average. Kane is $3.87. My local gas station that you're seeing here on the photo was $4.99 one time, but now it's $3.87 also. So it's about the average. So Kane is $3.87. Illinois is $3.93, $3.94. Actually, we could say $3.94. And then the U.S. is $3.72.9 or $3.70 or $3.73. They've all had a little drop, maybe up to maybe 5-6 cents in last over the weekend. So we've had a little drop here. We'll see if that keeps up. So that's what's happening right now. Going to watch that soccer game tonight and see what happens there. See if the U.S. can pull it off against Belgium. These teams are good. They're all real good. And I saw the England Mexico game last night. That was something else. England came through, but Mexico did a valiant try. And so that's where that's at there. And so we thank you for listening today on our show. And we'll see you back then on Wednesday. So right now, I'll just say bye-bye now. And we'll see you Wednesday, Lord willing. Bye-bye.